Hello, everyone. This is AS Eat the Pair. Thank you all for waiting. I blame Alan for the wait. Alan, make your bus driver drive faster. Um, anyways, I hope everybody is doing well. And I'm joined here by a very special guest. Thank you for coming out here and joining me, Flames.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Flames. It's nice to be here, man.
Yeah, nice to have you here. I'm excited to be here with you. You're pretty well known in the Nomad community and Rise Nations community in general. You're respected as one of the I think anyways you're respected as one of the nicer players out there and one of the people more willing to teach. Um, I'm super excited that you're here, and I really want to hear some of the things you have to say about this game.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'm actually really excited to cast this game because my boys are playing. Eminem, Raiden, and Expert. Those guys are always fun to play with, and I'd like to just cast my friends. It's gonna be
Yeah,
interesting.
definitely. Yeah, I'm excited. I hope this will be a nice, cool, close game. Unfortunately, we don't have any other qualifier rounds today, so it'll just be the one. Again, it's AZ versus MoC. It is a best of one. I can, since Alan says he needs 3 minutes, we can say hello to some of the people in the chat. I see Jatin and Alan, obviously. Hello. I see Fatabi. How's it going? If you want to say hello in the chat, feel free to.
Oh,
We do love it when our viewers say hello. Just say hello, say what's up. You can say some thoughts or whatever. I really do think part of the fun of streaming is everybody jumping in and talking about the game. So that'll be exciting. Um, yeah. I guess I can take this time because I'm stalling for Alan. Um, Flames, what do you think is the best nation in each tier? I want to hear your opinion.
I think that's a really hard question to answer
Yeah,
because
of
it
course.
really depends on the map. Definitely. So if you want to talk about a map with
Yeah.
rares, I'd
Maybe I
probably
guess,
go with like.
I guess let's go with
Sorry.
like old world maybe. That's like kind of the most generic map.
Oh yeah, like maybe yeah, so like right like this match in general, the one that's gonna be casted,
Uh-huh,
it's
uh-huh.
Australia, right?
I
I'd
think
probably
it's I
pick
think
something
it's
like
is it Australia? I actually don't. I have no idea.
Australia.
I'm not sure. Let me. Do you have the game loaded
Yeah,
up?
it's
Can you?
Australia.
It's Australia. Okay. Yeah. Sure. So what do you think are the
Yeah, it's
best nations for
Australia.
Australia?
So if I were to play this game, I'd
Yeah.
probably pick maybe Lakota or Egypt.
Mm,
See, Egypt is probably the weakest Tier One nation.
hmm
Every like the whole selection, and they're actually best to be used here, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because what limits Egypt compared to the other Taiwan nations is speed, and speed means you will probably be the second to siege, not the first.
Yeah.
And if it's a map where rotation that is not critical, like Australia, because you pretty much can travel from one area of the map to the other easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where Egypt is probably safest to be used.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting take.
Yeah.
I've never really heard that before. Usually, a lot of people believe that Egypt is really good on lakes, for obvious reasons. But
Yeah, see, if you, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I knew you'd say that because people always go for Egypt and lakes. It's good, but for example, if you're up against Lakota, it's GG.
yeah,
You just lost the
you just
middle,
lose.
and
Yeah,
Lakota can go left, right, middle. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
from the
The
middle you can
Lakota
go
player just
anywhere.
easily rotates. Yeah, no, that's definitely a really
Yeah,
smart.
everybody's gonna freak out. They'll start towering each and every capital. Oh, it's a
Mhm.
mess.
What about tier two? What would you say is the best nation for Outback?
British
British.
man,
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
all the pros agree that.
Yeah. British is
Yeah.
really good on Outback. What about tier three? I know Jatin loves his Aztecs, but
I
I think everybody has different opinions.
Yeah, fair enough. I see where Aztecs shine here. But I would say if you want, just like Tire 3, you should see Tire 3 as like the tire that acts as a support, the biggest support. So, for example, the kind of a guy who's supposed to be on the sea or do some raids or
Yeah.
grab some territory instead of going for wonders or killing, you know?
Yeah.
So I'd say Nubians because they can just go hard on sea at the same time, not sacrifice their land abilities and their territorial grabbing. Persia is also good. You can grab a lot of territory. Yeah. And French as well, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I think I think a lot of people have different ways of playing Australia, but I think, as you said earlier with tier one, one of the most important things in Australia is you have to be able to do other things in addition to keeping your map control. Because if you lose
People
map control,
underestimate map control.
just being able to rotate from the center is such an insane boon to your team. Alan, carry up Flames. So what do you think about tier 4? What's the best nation for Outback?
I think that's probably the most important selection in this map, actually. Because if you notice all the tier 4s, they all involve some kind of a strength in terms of pushing borders, like Korea, China, Russia. So I think if you choose one of those, it'll be good. I don't know why people choose Maya here. They should be saving it for maps like Sahara.
Yeah, the speed of Maya.
You don't even. Yeah. It's like the speed is kind of diluted in here. Yeah. And you have a tier 1 nation that's going to grab a wonder already. You won't be grabbing a wonder with Mayans.
Yeah, that's true.
You want to grab territory, so maybe China or Russia, they'll just really screw the minds of your opponents. And I think that's a good strategy.
Yeah, definitely. I personally, I think Russians are actually one of the, this is probably their best map, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I'm on the same page with you on that one. Yeah. I think Russians are pretty...
All right, so without further ado, let's get started here. I don't know if Alan's here, but I think we should just get started. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and run up here. All right, so again, this is MoC versus AZ. It's a best of 1. And yeah, this should be very exciting. All right, okay, I'm at 0 seconds when you're ready.
All right. Count of 3.
Yep. Are you counting or am I counting?
I'll count it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
All right. So we are on Outback, obviously. That's why we were talking about Outback. Let's take a look at the players in their nations. So for MoC, so this is a 4v4. So for MoC, we've got the tier 1 player, Octave, with Mongols. Tier 2 player, Gladiator with Americans. Tier 3 player, Raiden with Nubians. And Tier 4 player, Expert player with Chinese. And they're up against AZ. So AZ, their Tier 1 player is Minimalistic with Turks. Tier 2 is Crunstal with British. Tier 3 is Robocop with Nubians. And Tier 4 is Henry with Chinese. So Flames, in a vacuum, who would you say, which team has a higher... which team do you think has the edge in skill? And then, based on their nations and the map, who do you think has the edge here?
Oh, I really like the picks from the MoC clan. It makes sense. But I don't know. I feel like the most experienced player here, I would say, is Robocop, and I would count on him to decide matches.
Yes.
I haven't actually seen the white player play before.
Crunstal?
His name Crunstal, is it?
Yeah.
Crunstal. So I wouldn't know how he will contribute to the team.
Yeah. We saw him a bit in the Nordic Classic, where he was one of the star players of his team. Unfortunately,
okay.
I think they did not make top 8, but he was definitely one of the better players on his team. So, what do you think about this Americans pick? That's what I'm looking at. I think it's to me, it's honestly a little risky of going for an Americans pick in a map that's it can be very fast and furious.
Looking at the opposition, Turks and British, I think I'd be a bit worried since I've chosen America, because I'd have to start thinking of spamming troops early on, and I won't have any resources for wonder maybe.
Yeah. let's go through where the players are located. So let's start with MoC. So on the very left corner, we have the purple Mongols player, Octave. He's pretty isolated from his team. In the bottom here, we have the green Americans player, Gladiator. He's in the pocket. He's going to be probably happy about being far away from everybody else, at least. We have the red Chinese player, kind of on the right side here, expert player. And then we have the last team member of MoC, Raiden. Raiden, again, is one of our commentators. Big thanks to him for coming in last time with Nubians. So up against them, we have the yellow Turks player, Minimalistic, who's pretty much in the center there, as well as the light blue Chinese player, Henry. And then moving on to the left side, we have Robocop, the blue Nubians player, and then Crunstel, the white British player, in the very left corner. Sorry, you were saying, who do you think this placement of cities favors?
Dude. Oh, I feel so bad for MoC. Like, it's such a mess, their positions. And if you just remove the ghost view, you can see, like, the fog of war view. You can see all the open rares. And MoC doesn't really have any secure, awesome rares.
Yeah. The best they've got is...
I would say AZ... They have Pappy, but it's kind of open.
The best they've got is Silver right next to Washington, I think. That's a pretty solid rare. But you're right. Oh, they actually do have diamonds right next to Axum. Here, we can go through the rares, I guess. So for team MoC, they've got diamonds right next to Raiden. There's relics to the right of Beijing and citrus right next to Beijing. There's silk that's pretty exposed in the open there. There's sugar in the back as well as silver right next to Washington. Moving further to the left, we have wool, bison, and Pappy on the below Karakoram, as well as wine. And then right in the center, there's marble, but I don't think people are going to be fighting over that too much. And then there's amber near Raiden as well, but that's between Minimalistic. For AZ, they've got horses right next to Istanbul. There's Pappy to the right, that could be contested. There's furs on the very right. On the top side, horses and dye. Moving further along, in the very back, we have copper, wine above Shanghai, and furs right below Shanghai. There's silk to the left of Shanghai, salt above them. On the top side, cotton and marble and obsidian. And there's tobacco just to the left of... tobacco and peacocks to the left of London. I think that's all of them.
Oh, dude, they have relics as well. MoC has relics.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Right.
They do have relics there. That's a pretty crucial rare.
I take it back. Yeah, MoC has the better race for sure.
So MoC, relics, so again, they've got
silver,
sugar, silver, relics. They have Pappy, but it's like not super duper safe. Citrus is awesome on this map. They have diamonds, but we shouldn't cut out AZ as well, of course. So it's probably pretty easy to contest this Pappy on the right side. There's horses next to Istanbul, wine, furs, and salt, and silk. I think the Turks player is going to be very happy this game.
Yeah. For sure. And the Turks is like sharing borders with what nation's Raiden?
Nubians, I think. He's up against Raiden.
Oh yeah. Okay, at least he's Nubians. He has the speed, So he wouldn't be caught too off against.
And it looks like this game is going to start off with some
mill on
both players. So we've got Raiden with that mill, and then Minimalistic already finishing up the first hoplite. I'm at 517. Raiden has noticed that barracks and is gonna finish it up.
Man. Hey, dude, little help here.
Looks like Minimalistic is gonna back off. He's actually gonna cancel his hoplite, and he's just gonna go straight for that commerce. Raiden, on the other hand, has done exactly the same thing except he skipped the archer. On the other side, if you look over at Karakoram, if you look on the other side, it looks like Crunstel is getting raided hard here. There's 3 units here for Octave. He went mill 1. He just went straight mill 1, and Crunstel does not have mill 1. He's in a lot of trouble. Blue Nubians player Robocop has gone mill 1 for him, but Cronstel's taking a good amount of damage. He's losing a lot of mining time. This is definitely hurting his economy.
Quite an aggressive start from all sides.
Yeah. if we look at the scouting quickly, it does look like MoC is doing a much worse job scouting. It just appears they've seen much less of the map. Compare that to MoC, who've done, it's a little not super clean scouting job, but they've seen a majority of the map. They know where all their opponents are, whereas MoC is playing a bit in the dark. Looks like Henry has gone Civic 1, Calm Civic, and then he's going to build his second city to the front of Istanbul, just pressing the issue with a Chinese large city. Let's take a look on this left side. It looks like Krunstal is just about to stabilize. These units from Octav are getting picked off. He kept none of them alive. It looks like he's going to lose all of them. So that's going to be a slight win for AZ here.
Yeah, you're supposed to save those units.
Yeah. Did he lose all three of them?
What do you think about the border push? What do you think about the border push by China, Henry?
So I think given that he's playing with a Turks player, I think it's pretty good. He's just pressing the issue, trying to take up as much of the middle space as possible, and maybe even isolate Octav. I mean, if you look at where Octav is, he's very, very alone. It's going to be really tough for Gladiator to try and reinforce him at all. And if they double or triple him, he's in a ton of trouble.
And Octav will be late to militia if they were trying to triple him.
Yeah, because he went mill first. He's definitely slowed down Krunstal, but he lost a bunch of those units, which is definitely not ideal. Oh, actually, it looks like he did keep those units alive, or he kept at least one of them alive. He's scouting around the back with this hoplite, and if you look at the Americans player, that's going to be Colossus. Really fast Colossus. Obviously, that's the calm science build. He's also using sugar and silver. Nice work from Gladiator there.
Do you think it's the right choice?
It's definitely risky. I think if you pick Americans for a reason, right? Like you have this is kind of, if you can get away with this Colossus and your ally stays alive and doesn't take critical damage, it's really, really good. But obviously it is a huge risk. It's a huge investment. If Octav takes critical damage or he dies, it's really, really bad.
Yeah. Alright, so this game is clearly going to be like on the aggressive side, right? It won't be like a boom chill map.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Game right now. So I think Colossus was a better choice than HG. Because you need those returns quick with those spam of Archer, which you can't do with hanging.
Yeah, definitely. I do think this is probably going to be a game where Gladiator is going to need to haul ass. He's really going to need to try and defend his allies as much as possible, especially given they're up against a Turks player, right? If you take a look at the quick Turks player here, he's going for Mill 2 right now. He has finished his classical age. He's using furs, and he also, if you look at this tower that Minimalistic has built in the front there, looks like he's going to try and get aggressive really early.
For sure. And just look how rich in rotation choices he has. Just look, like if he makes sieges on where the tower is and he cancels and he decides, okay, let me go somewhere else, he can just travel all the way to Octav's Cap or Washington.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm a little bit surprised that that Minimalistic is choosing to build sieges on the right here. I think like a couple sieges at Karakorum, and like, what is the Americans player supposed to do? There's no time for defending a raid. Oh, look at here. Robocop is raiding with all these archers. I'm at 10-15.
Oh, yeah.
10-15. That's definitely an annoying raid, but the Senator is here to help salvage the day. Probably going to get a bribe off of at least one of these units. If we take a quick look at Krunstal's library and economy, he's definitely suffering a lot. That early raid really, really hurt him. He's the farthest in terms of score, aside from Octav, who has been dealing with a couple of raids himself. But he's definitely behind in tech, especially even compared to Octav. So,
Yo, the sieges have started.
oh man, they're starting here. We have Minimalistic. He's getting Militia upgrade. He's going for Archer upgrade as well. He's gotten 2 sieges. Raiden does have a solid amount of units. Fortunately, he only has 1 city and no Senate yet. He does have Mill 2. He's spamming towers, which I don't know if that's the best idea against a Turks player. And he's also bleeding units. This looks really bad. He also has 3 archers in the city that he's not using. Left side, some skirmishing with Robocop and Expert Player. Looks like Raiden is going to be able to get up the Senate, but these sieges are definitely annoying. There's a single siege, only a single siege left. Minimalistic's going to go for Despot. What do you think about that choice?
I don't know. I feel like it's a bit risky to go Despot and a C map. He made his intentions clear. He's gonna all in here.
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna work. There's 3 towers, already a 4th one. Oh no, that's a mine, just kidding. 3 towers and a lookout. There's a couple of units here, and I feel like Henry's just content to boom along. He doesn't really have many units. He only has a single archer so far. I feel like
I get what he's trying to do here. So like this is like the concept of like sacrificing yourself in terms of
Hey, dude,
so that the enemy, 2 enemies actually, will be slowed down, whereas your ally will be booming hard and can 2v1 later. And that's his intention.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's gonna work. He doesn't have a ton of army, and his eco's not super great. Did they not scout horses? Oh no, he's just not using horses for some reason. Okay.
Oh, what? No.
Oh wait, Minimalistic did go Senator. I guess he canceled Despot. My
Okay,
bad.
thank God.
Yeah, I think that would have been a little throwy.
Yeah,
take a look
it'd be a throw, but
Yeah. Let's take a look at the Americans player. Look at that eco. Look, 176 timber income. He's already got 1 university full. I'm sure he's going to start filling up another. Does he have any army? He has a couple archers. And he is building production over at Octav's capital. Some light raids in the water coming in from Krunstal, but they're going to get cleaned up by Gladiator. Gladiator is doing the best in terms of score, and Raiden's doing pretty well for himself as well. Raiden is finally going to get the Republic. His Senate was definitely a little late, but... Look at this massive army from
If you look
Minimalistic. Or, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, but you look at his knowledge income.
Yeah, that's definitely something. He's chosen to skimp on all the universities. He only is now getting a university. We can take a quick look at the knowledge incomes around the table. So Henry's got plus 65. Raiden's got plus 15, actually. He doesn't even have a single university. He's building them now. Expert players got 45. Americans player got 75. Octav is 25. Krunstal is 20. And other Nubians player Robocop has 50. Robocop actually has a really well-developed library. He's already gotten Civ 2 and has the 3rd city down. That'll be 3 caravans and a bunch of really nice. Well, really, that's going to be some nice wealth income for him.
Yeah, but that's honestly quite a bad wealth income for Nubians in the C map.
Yeah, it's not great. I don't know how many fish he has. Oops. I don't know how to do this. My hotkeys aren't
And
set
another
correctly.
thing I noticed.
Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Some
We
of
have
these guys.
a movement.
Yeah, sorry.
Minimalistic moving into the Americans player's territory. Gladiator does see it, but I don't think has he noticed it? He pings it out now.
I don't think so.
I'm at 1434.
Oh yeah, he pinged it.
Yep, he pinged it. And we now see Red rotating over. He doesn't have enough army, though. Let's see. Gladiator has some army. It's decently sized. There's a pretty big army from Robocop, but some of it's decoys here. Let's take a look. Octav has, like, no army, it looks like. Yeah, he has, like, no army. Krunstal went Despot, and he has a couple archers, and he's queuing up more units. Let's Take a look at the Turks player's perspective. He's going to charge in, but there are so many militia here from Gladiator. Do you think this is a good? Do you think this would have worked?
No, this won't work. For sure. There are just too many militia. As long as the militia come in numbers, it's a good defense.
Yeah. All right, and they are going to clean up Minimalistic's entire army here. Bit overzealous of him, I think. I think it's just really tough to get that kill. But they are going to pressure Octav on this side, and Octav looks like he's not going to have enough army to defend against this, so maybe it was worth it? I don't know.
Actually, dude, if you notice, just look at Octav's cap. Minimalistic could have just gone there.
Yeah, seriously. It's not like a expert player couldn't have rotated that far fast enough, especially even hadn't noticed. Looks like Octav is going to hold this city momentarily. He has all his militia pulled here. And it looks like Robocop doesn't have his units upgraded. Frontstall doesn't have a ton of units either. Robocop is holding. Or sorry, Octav is holding. He's losing a lot of militia though. Quick look at the other side. Some light sieging coming from expert player here. He's going to start sieging at the city of Chang'an. And Raiden's just chilling. He went science 2. And now the reinforcements have arrived for Octav here. He's going to get bailed out by his ally Gladiator, who has a very large, at this point, pretty sizable American's army. And his economy is popping off.
Yeah,
look at that beautiful economy.
He's aging.
Yep. Expert player is also aging, and it looks like this game is slipping out of AZ's hands very, very quickly. It's going to be really tough to beat an American's player in the late game, given that they seem to have stabilized.
Yeah, I don't know who's winning from the AZ side. Who can make something happen here?
Yeah. What would you say
global, maybe.
What would you say the plan should be for AZ at this point in the game?
At this point, I think focus on Octav. He's gonna be the first to die from any of the MoC players, because he was using militia. There's no way he can hold off. I don't think he'll even age at this point.
Yeah, his economy is definitely shattered. He does have a good amount of food, and it looks like he's pumping out some citizens, but he's chosen to go for like a legion's attrition upgrade and just trying to turtle it up. And this is a pretty awkward choke point, right? He has all these buildings in front of Karakorum. It's really tough for his opponents to move infantry through to try and capture the city near the center.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to see Gladiator kind of run into Minimalistic's army. The medieval age American army, pretty strong. Doesn't have a ton of crossbows, but that's a lot of knights.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Minimalistic still very far away from aging. Doesn't quite have the techs. He's getting Civ 2 now. Henry has aged. He's the only one on AZ to have aged thus far. But they're going to start sieging at the city of Karakorum again. Robocop has just clicked up. Let's take a quick look at Raiden. He's also aging. He's gone Science 2 again. And we do see Hanging Gardens coming out from Expert Player. What do you think about this choice?
I think that's a good choice. There's no one's really in danger or anything like that. As during these peaceful times, you want to grab a wonder.
Yeah, I guess he's trying to stabilize or trying to secure the late game, because it is possible for their opponents to catch him in booming if they get Hanging Gardens and go ham. But just this way, just deny your opponents the Hanging Gardens, secure yourself the late game in case Octav does die, so you can 3v4 if you really need to. But it seems unlikely that's going to happen. I mean, this is a pretty sizable Americans army. We've got, let's see, 9 crossbows, 9 knights, 2 pikes. I don't think they're breaking that anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And if we look at the average scores here, it does look like MoC is clearly at an advantage. They're 700 points ahead at this point in the game. That's a big point swing.
Oh, I just realized the British player is Despot.
Yeah, he chose to go Despot. I think it was because his start was too slow that Sender would have not been very helpful. They are going to start sieging at the city of Eregli from Minimalistic, and this is a pretty sizable Chinese army. He's getting the Knight upgrade now.
Oh, that ambush. There's an ambush by Gladiator on Robo's army.
Alright, he's going to head in. I'm at 2009, or 2010, I mean.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I might have missed it. Because it looks like Robo did lose a lot of units there.
Yeah, he did.
And now Gladiator's going to come over and take the city of Eregli. I'm going to double Henry here. I'm not really sure why Henry's standing his ground. He should probably get out of here before he loses too many units.
Yes.
Minimalistic is really
So far,
struggling.
I'd say Gladiator's the MVP here.
Yeah.
Great rotations, man.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job just kind of putting out fires on both sides, even if, you know, his teammates don't really, like, need the help for him to put out the fires, but he's keeping Octav alive,
Yeah.
obviously, that's critical. This is a huge choke point of Karakorum and New Sarai. And also, you know, rotating over to the other side to help expert player press his advantage. Henry does have a sizable army. And Raiden is pressing into Minimalistic's capital here. Minimalistic is only just now aged. I think that was the lacking knowledge income, as we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
So at this point, everybody's aged. They're still pressing into Karakorum. I don't know if this is going to work. I think it's just really easy for Gladiator to rotate over. Now we do see another ambush from Gladiator. Really nice play. He's going to clean up a couple units from Henry, and Minimalistic is content to just chill. And they're kind of losing 2v3 on this side, and it's really easy for Gladiator to just walk back over to the other side. Oh, look at the city of Karakorum. This is a brawl, definitely. I think it's gonna go down here, maybe. I don't know if
Yeah.
Gladiators. He'll probably get back there in time. He has a lot of army. He's actually gonna go for Forbidden City, and Minimalistic is going for Pyramids.
I feel like at this point it would be a really good idea for Gladiator to get an extra general or two, because clearly he needs to get into like so many places.
Yeah, he is going for that Mill 3, so I'm assuming we're gonna see the army soon, or the army upgrade soon. But he's ready to brawl. He's ready to fight it out. Looks like they are gonna lose the city. Octav is gonna lose the city finally. Octav's definitely hurting for eco. He's only at 38 population, but this is a pretty sizable American's army. So let's see what Gladiator can do with it. Looks like Robocop and Krunstall just bleeding a few too many units here, and so their armies are going to get cleaned up slowly but surely. On the other side, it looks like Raiden's still just slowly sieging. Minimalistic he has a pretty solid army, but he's trying to catch up, and it looks like they did deny that Pappy on the top side from their opponents. Looks like Karakorum is going to be taking it back, or taken back by Gladiator, and as Fatabi pointed this out, Fatabi did point this out, but they're just throwing away army at this point. They can't beat an American's army who's firmly entrenched, and also now we see expert players actually here as well. This could be a chance for the other side to gain an advantage. Henry calls out double, so he's going to walk over. I think that's a good choice. Obviously, your allies are getting 2v3'd on that side. You really need to press your advantage on this side. And I think Raiden has realized his mistake. He's going to back out, probably lose some sieges for this, but nothing else.
Orange.
It's fine. He's gonna age.
Attack!
Yeah, not the end of the
Whereas-
world. He's pretty close to aging, actually.
Uh, I think he should just play it safe and just wait to age.
Yeah. The point difference is now 800. AZ's definitely behind in this game. They have to do something here. They can't just let the Americans player get to age 4 and then kill them. Look at this Americans player eco, dude. This is a nice looking
man.
eco. The metal income's a little low, but other than that, it's very, very nice.
But he has so many floating resources, he should just keep spamming units.
Yeah, honestly, he is spamming villagers. Where is his... Is he still building the... Oh, he's still building the Forbidden City, okay. Raiden's still skirmishing on this side with Minimalistic. Looks like Minimalistic does not have enough archers to trade against Raiden super well. If you look at this, Raiden has 8 archers and Minimalistic has 6 crossbows, which, you know, it's kind of similar. But if Minimalistic had more crossbows, I think he could easily trade.
Come in.
Robocop has no army. I'm not actually sure where his eco is. He has only 64 knowledge income.
He went a bit too hard to try to get the Mongol city, I guess.
Yeah.
Costed his boom.
Americans player is
I
just
feel like-
about ready to age. Sorry, what were you saying?
I feel like they should realize that that's just a city you can't take with that wood that's just blocking pretty much all the access to
Yeah.
the city and the buildings.
Also, now that the Americans player is really ready to put a stamp in things, it's pretty tough to, you know, actually get things done on this side. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think they can beat the
Two
American player
players are
2v1.
aging.
Yeah, we've got Raiden, who has just aged, and Gladiator, who's going to age soon. Raiden's eco not as great as Gladiator's, but it's still pretty good. He's gotten 262 knowledge income. That's an insane amount of knowledge for this point in the game. Sizable armies from both Henry and Minimalistic, so they can still do things, but their ecos are just kind of low. In fact, Minimalistic has 0, or no, he has a little bit of metal income, but he has no miners right now. They're gonna try to force the city again on this side.
Hey, dude, little help here.
Robocop's gonna lose all his
I
units, and Crustal's also gonna lose all his units. What were you saying?
Raiden might actually lose his cap here. Raiden might lose his cap.
Oh, he is getting doubled. This is big trouble. Where's Looks like expert player is a little out of position. He's coming in from the backside. He is getting his age upgrade. Let's take a look. Raiden's army is still there. He has knight upgrade and archer upgrade. He's going for monarchy now. Maybe they can take this city. There's just so many towers. There's 3 towers plus a lookout.
Yeah.
And now minimalist or expert player is here with the reinforcements. I think he's going to be able to hold this off. Yeah, and it looks like Minimalistic makes the call to back off.
It's GG
Yeah.
at this point.
Yes.
That was their last. That was their last hope for sure.
Yeah, the last hurrah, and unfortunately for them, it's not going to work out here. Their opponents just have way too much army, and they were not able to capitalize on the rotations early enough. Americans player is ready with monarchy. Let's take a look at his army here. pretty sizable army. A bunch of crossbows, which is, not ideal for gunpowder, but it's still pretty good. So, Jatin, just to quickly check, the winner of this game gets to advance to Super 16, right? They're just going to lose a siege to a... Oh no, maybe not. I thought he was going to lose a siege to a castle there. Alright, cool. So Jan has confirmed, the big man has indeed confirmed that the winner will go to Super 16. And Minimalistic resigns, so that's going to be the game there.
Yeah.
Congratulations to MoC there.
Good man.
Alright, who do you think was the MVP of this match here?
I would say Gladiator for sure. I think Octave deserves some credit because he pretty much held 2 against 1 for the majority of the match. So I'd say both of them probably. I would put both of them as the MVP.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what Octave did aside from just like stay alive, but I do think I was very impressed with how quickly Gladiator was able to form an army and protect Octave after a while. And I think we can see Fatabi in the chat. I think Fatabi's right. Like they do have map. AZ does have map control. They have the center of the map. They could be rotating and trying to fight where they're strong, but they keep taking these bad fights and forcing the issue when they don't have to. So
yeah, that's about it. Like the British and RoboCop, like I said, focusing on the wrong city for some reason, and Eminem going for the wrong city again, Washington instead of Octave's cap. Or maybe even like, I don't know, just any other city, just not some city that's so deep inside the territory where millions of militias just pop out.
Yeah. And imagine, imagine a situation where instead of massing all these archers from Krunstal, he built a couple of horse archers and heavy cavalry and just raids Gladiator, right? Like, that's really, really annoying because Gladiator wants to keep his army at the front lines.
Option, yeah.
Surprised we didn't see a ton of C rating. We saw a little bit, but that's going to be the game. It's going to be a victory there for MoC. Really nice play for them.
Yeah, well played.
All right, well, that's gonna. I think that's gonna wrap up today's cast. Let's see here. I just want to update the score quickly. Jatin, I messed up the scoreboard technology, so I have to manually edit the things. But anyways, congratulations again to MoC. AZ still have a chance to qualify if they win the next round. So that's their winning in there. Yeah, it is best of 1, Fatabi. Again, thank you for joining us, Flames. Or thank you for joining me, Flames. Do you have any final thoughts about this game or anything else?
No, that should be it. I really enjoyed seeing Expert Raiden doing well, and I do hope to see them play again in future matches. So yeah, thanks for having me here, man.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming. I hope everybody has enjoyed the cast. Alan, I hope the wait was worth it. And we'll see you all. Later. I hope everybody has a good night or morning or whatever time it is for you.
Yeah.
See
you guys.
See you.